What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Blindingly Awesome Podcast Show. I'm your host, Zach, and joining me today, as always, is the resident blind chick, Haley. Haley, how's it going?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, it's been a while since we did our last podcast.
Yeah, it's been too long, my friend. Too long.
The last one we did, I believe, was the French fry one.
Right.
That you lost.
By 1 point.
Losing's losing. And remind me, you had to do a shot of vinegar and...
It was a mix of vinegar and mustard, I think.
So definitely... Mustard? Vinegar and...
Vinegar and mayonnaise, right?
I think it was gross.
Yeah,
Either way, it was super gross. And you almost gagged. Mm-hmm. And you know what? That made me so happy on the inside to watch you lose. Because I didn't have to do it.
Well, just so you know, we have plenty competition scheduled for the future, so there's definitely
more opportunity for you to lose. Well, anyway, so we always like to start off our podcast with a blind joke or funny story that Haley is going to share. So, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, so it was funny. About a year and a half ago, I was traveling through the airport, and I always crack up at TSA in the way that they just kind of like really don't really know how to interact with people who are different, who even really have like the slightest difference from them. So I remember I had Ezzy, and her and I were walking up and about to go through the detectors, and I had her sit, and the person came up to me and they were like, "Oh, can you walk?" And so in my mind I'm thinking, okay, like I either can like be sassy to you, or I can be like super nice, because I don't want to give the wrong impression, but also like, what kind of question is this? Like, you clearly see me walking up to you right now. So I was about to say, well, yeah, I have 2 legs and they were great. But I'm kind of like nonchalantly went, yeah, I'm totally fine, and just like had Ezzy sit, I went through, and then she went through. And then after that I could just tell that she like kind of like didn't really say anything. So I think that either she was really annoyed at herself as the fact that she would ask that kind of question, or she just like didn't really care either way. So yeah, like to be honest, I like whenever that happens, I just kind of shove it off and don't really get affected by it, because I feel like we all have our things that we just don't know about. But I think that it's the way that we react to them and the way that we handle them that really makes all the difference. So
right, that story is actually pretty funny. So when you go to the airport and stuff, I know they obviously check like you, make sure you're not smuggling your guns on. But
because you don't know what a rebel I am, right? I mean,
do they make Ezzy go through the scanners too, or
they do? Yeah. So what they do is like I go through first, and then I have her come through, and when she comes through, they pat her down until they actually like check her harness, just to make sure that like there's nothing else there.
Ezzy doesn't have a switchblade.
Yeah. And then that's about it. I do want to fly more. I don't fly very much, but I think like now that I'm out of college, I think it would be really fun to travel more and just adventure to different like states and maybe like overseas at some point.
Yeah, traveling's fun. It can be fun. It can be stressful, especially if you don't have the money for it and all that good stuff. So today's episode is going to be kind of like just a chill. We're just going to kind of shoot the shit, talk, just a couple topics. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, great.
So what we're trying to do is we're not trying to believe I said it on the very first episode we did. It's not always going to be directly about blindness and being blind and all that. We're going to try to mix it up. We are going to be doing some episodes where we strictly talk about that. We have one episode in the works where we are actually going to demonstrate how Ezzy, her service dog, works. We're going to do one where we're just kind of walking around the neighborhood. And then we're going to do one where we go downtown Indianapolis. And kind of demonstrate how she works in like a big, crowded area. Some episodes we're going to have more fun. We're going to play different games. Last episode we did the cold fried challenge. And do you remember which fries won, by any chance? I bet you don't.
Let's see. I think. I feel like Portillo's was one of them. And then
Portillo's was the worst one.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the best one was?
Let's see. I feel like
that's Ghost. Ghost makes an appearance. She always makes an appearance somewhere.
Yep, here she
somehow
is.
or another. It was
say hello.
Hi.
It was Sonic. Sonic was the best fry.
That's right.
Because remember, we were eating them while we were waiting for Ghost to get your punishment ready. But yeah, so I told you wouldn't remember. Sonic won, and we were sitting there eating the fries while we were waiting for
The
mixture for your punishment. So some of the other ones we had were Burger King, Dairy Queen, Culver's, Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, McDonald's, Portillo's,
Rallies, I think.
No, we didn't have rallies.
Oh, we didn't?
No rallies. Portillo's, like what is it? Sonic, White Castle.
White Castle, yeah, we had that. That's what I was thinking of.
And there was one more, I can't remember. Obviously, it didn't win, so it doesn't matter. Go watch our video to find out the 10 that we used. How we ranked them.
Right.
And watch Haley give the most disgusting face ever because she had to drink vinegar. But we're not talking about that today. We are talking about, like I said, a couple topics. So it's been a while since we last recorded. We actually honestly haven't really seen each other much since.
No, we haven't. We had the holidays.
The wedding. Yeah, the wedding and the holidays. Yeah. So a few things I kind of want to catch up on. One of the things is, I'm really excited about this. For football season, NFL, that just ended beginning of this month, and the Chiefs won. But you had a first this year. This is the first year you played fantasy football, right?
Right.
So, kind of tell us a little bit about your experience with that. Did you have fun? How did you go about your lineups? Your experience. Go.
Yeah, so I figured that I would play this year because I was home from college and actually knew that I'd be around with family more often for games. So I figured, okay, why not? I'll try it out. So my mom and I actually had a team, and we were on the same team because I don't really know very much about football. She doesn't either, but she's played fantasy for the past 3 years, and she's won. So I believe that there's been a bit more I think she knows a lot more than she gives herself credit for, basically.
She won the very first year we did this league.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to play, but she won. Go figure. Anyway, go ahead.
Right. So for lineups, I kind of just sat with my parents and we just did it together. And I had heard of some players that have been good in the past, and so I was hoping that we could get them. And then each week, I think I didn't realize that how much of it is truly based on luck. And so I definitely enjoyed it, especially because it was it's a great family thing, and it's really fun to give each other a hard time when you get ahead of somebody else on your team, or when your team makes it to the playoffs and other people don't, what have you. Unfortunately, my mom and I didn't get that far this year, but oh well, there's hope next year.
Was there, did playing fantasy football make you more interested in the sport itself? Were you more willing to watch the games and listen for your players and see how they're doing?
I was, especially if they were on Monday nights. That was really interesting. I was often pretty busy on Sundays, so I usually wouldn't be around for a lot of the games, but the updates were always good to hear, and it was always fun to hear did we do did we score like we were hoping we would, or did things play out like we hoped? But yeah, I feel that I'd do it again.
Well, Well, you better because you're in the league, especially in the league now. What was the most memorable moment from your fantasy team? Do you have was there one player, one team that you beat that you were super hyped about? Like, I can't believe we beat this person. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think there was. But I'm hopeful for next year. Like I said, I think that we got third to last place this year, didn't we? So we didn't do very well.
It's always next year.
Yeah, exactly. So
Always next year.
For next year.
Well, so you said you would do fantasy football again. So see, this is your first time trying it.
Right.
So I mean, we're glad you played. It was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I made it to the championship game, and I lost to my mother. So she is a repeat champion. She's won 2 years in a row. My mom has. But she doesn't know much about football either, apparently.
Yeah. How did this stuff happen? I mean, these people that don't know much about football always end up winning.
Here's what's funny. Me and Ghost's dad are big football players, and we do research and all this.
Right.
And we have always gone up. We've made it to the championship, either me and him, each year, and we always lose. I don't get it. But you can only do so much on paper, right?
Yeah.
And the rest of it is how your players do, and you can't predict injuries.
Exactly. You have no idea when
you can't
that happens.
You can't predict when a player is not going to do well. You can only hope, right?
Yeah.
So, that's just how fantasy football is. A lot of it is skill, but also it's probably about, in my opinion, it's probably about 75% skill, 25% luck. Because, like I said, you never know when injuries are going to happen. You never know if a player is going to do good or not. You could do all the research you want, but as long as you play and you have fun and let me win, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
So that was one thing we have done together since our last episode. Something that you have personally done. Well, two things we're going to talk about. One is the Butler Homecoming. So she has to do every episode she has to say,
"Go Dogs."
Go Dogs.
Because I'm forever in love with my alma mater.
So tell us about the Butler Homecoming. How did it come around? What were you supposed to be doing? Why were you doing it? All that.
Right. Okay, so I'll let you preface this. Do you want to explain what happened at last year's homecoming?
I mean, I can. She won homecoming. That's all there is to that, I guess, right?
Yeah, I don't like to brag very much, so I figured I would let him do it.
Yeah, she won homecoming. So that's senior year.
Right.
So so you won homecoming. So what was going on with this homecoming?
Yeah. So actually, so every year during homecoming, it's always an incredible way for Butler alum and just the entire Butler family to be reunited. And so there's a bunch of tailgates and tents, and everyone is meeting up, and it's a great time. Unfortunately, this year it was super rainy and wet and cold, so it wasn't. It was pretty nasty, but overall it was amazing just to be with everyone. I actually wasn't able to go on homecoming day. I was there the day before and saw a lot of people that I hoped to see on homecoming day. Ezzy was actually sick. Yeah, we had some issues with the dog and Ezzy the day before, but also it was so cold and I was getting over some sickness, so I just thought that it would be best to stay back and send everyone all my love from afar. But yeah, the dogs won that day, and that was really exciting. It's always cool when the football team wins on homecoming, makes it extra special. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping that we have more warmer weather for this coming year, so I can make it back and see all the people that have changed my life and made me who I am today.
Weren't you also supposed to crown the homecoming
I was.
queen?
Yeah, so what happens is who wins royalty, like the two winners get to come back and crown the next two winners, and they actually didn't have that happen this year because it was so cold that the two people who won, they pretty much just like handed their sashes and they just ran back inside because it was literally raining and windy and just overall not a great time otherwise.
Not a great time, but it's central Indiana, so
yeah, so
you never know how the weather's
gonna
be.
Surprised, you know. I mean, you gotta embrace it no matter what it is.
Yeah, just this winter alone, we've had like 60-degree days. It's like 50-some degrees today, or then like next week it's supposed to snow. So, central Indiana weather, always fun, unpredictable. We know just as much as the weathermen do. So,
honestly, though,
I mean, it's accurate. So, I mean, it's kind of a bummer. You didn't really get to participate in the homecoming festivities, but it was a cool opportunity for you. I mean, if you were able to do it, you know, to crown the homecoming queen or whatever. So that was pretty exciting.
yeah, for sure.
So, going away from the schooling, you also participated in a thing with the women's prison, correct?
Yeah, so a few weeks before Butler's Homecoming, I had been in a training for about 2 months to lead and serve women in the Indiana prison. And I always try and find experiences and just find ways that really help me grow and help me further develop into who I am. And so I figured, oh, okay, like I really want to serve people who are underserved. And basically there were 30 women who went in, and we had different, we had about six tables. So basically there were like 4 women on our team at each table, and we had 6 inmates that we were pretty much leading during the weekend. So we had different like activities with them. Some people on our team did speeches just to really encourage them that even though we're not even though we haven't made certain choices that they have, doesn't really mean that we have like perfect lives and that we have everything figured out. And basically that no matter who you are, like you can go through like hard things and make poor choices, what have you, but basically the point of those speeches was to then allow the inmates to really gain like further insight on how they can take that advice and really shape their lives or like shape their future time in prison. And I don't want to go into too much about like the stories that I heard, but I think that it really was a really great experience for me just to be part of something where I was really able to just be like an active listener and just support women from the outside, and not only be an encouragement from the experiences that I learned from the experiences that I learned about in my own life, but also just to provide them with hope and the promise that no matter what they have done, that there still is a chance for them to turn their lives around and transform them for the better. So overall, it was a valuable experience. I feel like in the future, I feel that I might contribute financially to the organization, but I'm not really sure like how much more involved I want to be in that specific cause. But I'm grateful that since then I've also found like some more passions that I really want to give back towards as well. So
how did you like hear about this opportunity?
Yeah, so I actually had a friend from high school whose mom was serving for the past 2 years, and she made a post on Facebook and it said, hey, send us positive thoughts, we're going into the prison this weekend. And I thought, whoa, what's that about? So I sent her a message and she told me, and it's something that I've been interested in doing for a while. And so I decided, to apply and just go through the training and really figure out if it was something that I could see myself doing. And so the training consisted, I think about five weeks of 8-hour training just to go over all the corrections, guidelines, and there's different rules and stipulations for the prison, how to act, what to say if you're leading them and what have you. And I think that really helped show me that what I was doing was very needed, and it really is helpful to have those kind of influences on someone's life when they really are in a hard time and there's a lot of uncertainty and unknowns. So yeah, overall I did enjoy the experience, learned a lot about myself, and also learned a lot about just worldly issues.
What is it? Is it an experience you would recommend for someone, or do you think it's only for certain people? Only certain people would really truly get benefit from doing it.
Yeah, I feel like it comes from a deep place of compassion. But I would say that I would say that if this is something that you think that you might want to do, I would say just to really think about any triggers or any emotional experiences that you might have that might be difficult to see in someone else, if that makes sense. Or because a lot of the stories I did hear were very heavy, very emotional things that I had to really work on separating my own emotions from their struggles in order to best help them. And in the past, that has been something that's very difficult. So I think that if you are very empathetic, I would kind of stay mindful of that, because it is a lot of emotions, but also it is very valuable and very rewarding too.
It does sound really interesting. You said it was for the women's prison, so I'm curious, did a lot of men participate in this, or was it strictly just women?
So they actually have a separate program for men. So men who want to serve can actually go into a men's prison and serve there.
Alright, so want to play a game?
Yeah!
So
let's go for it.
This is a little fun game. We decided, since we're kind of shooting the shit. Alright, yeah, Ghost, you could play too. So what this is, it's a catchphrase game. Slang game, sorry. Basically, we're not going to have a punishment because you two are the only ones playing. But, so we said I will give a random slang term, and you have to guess which decade it came from. Bonus points if you can guess the definition. Pretty easy, right?
Is it just blurted out?
I mean, you both will have an opportunity to answer. So, you guys can help each other if you want. Like I said, we're not really playing for a punishment or anything. It's just a whatever. Okay, so the first one. No, I won't say that. Let's go with Daddy-O. Any guesses of the decade?
80s.
Wrong.
70s.
You can only get one guess.
I was just gonna say that. So, since she said 70s, 60s?
It is the 60s. So 1 point for Haley.
Definition?
Yeah, if you get bonus points if you get the definition.
It's hey-o, daddy-o.
No.
It's how it's used, maybe, but,
What do you want me to say for definition?
Yeah, I know it's a nickname.
What it means.
It's a nickname.
No, it's not.
For a human.
Yeah.
For a daddy-o.
A specific
For a dude.
Yes, a man. Hipster.
It's a nickname for a man.
Yes, nickname for a man. I'll give you that one.
I even used it in a sentence. Do I get extra bonus points for that?
No, because you thought he was wrong. Let's go with Barney bag.
That sounds like a
50s?
Both wrong.
40s.
2000s.
I was old enough in the 2000s.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way. I'm
It's
sorry.
a 2000s phrase, and it means a gigantic purse.
I have never heard of that.
I have never no. This
Well-
is the first time that I've ever heard of that, and
I think
Well,
you're making stuff up.
nope. I
know.
will
Not sure
show
if I can trust
you.
right now
I
with
will
this.
show you where I got my information. Okay, let's do a sitting in the hot seat. Now, this phrase is commonly used for, you hear a lot of it times on like Sports Center or something like that.
mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So what?
So I'm thinking maybe 80s.
Was that wrong?
I don't know. What do you think?
That's not fair. She was told the first time I was wrong.
Yeah, and I realized that was a terrible idea.
Well,
So,
now you're going to change the rules?
yes.
In the middle.
Yeah, you both got to guess a decade, and I will tell you if it's right or
90s.
wrong. Nope. It is the 40s. So,
Bye!
Adios.
what do you think? That was Haley's dad leaving to go get food. We having Applebee's. I get steak. Yay! Anyway,
Ooh.
so 40s. It's the 40s. What do you think the definition is?
Interrogation. Being questioned. You're on the hot seat. You have to answer questions.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You got any guesses?
Okay. So I think that it's
Hey, girl.
you're either winning or you're losing at a game. Like since you mentioned it was like sports related.
No, you both are wrong. It is. It means uncomfortable or embarrassing situation.
Like an interrogation.
Well, it's most commonly used in sports as a coach sitting in the hot seat means he could potentially be getting fired. So an uncomfortable
Gotcha.
situation. You're giving me too specific. I'm just looking for a broad definition.
My bad.
All right. Gag me with a spoon.
Oi.
She said oi.
60s.
She said 60s. What do you think?
30s.
Both wrong. It's the 80s.
I should have known better.
You want to take a
We're
guess? What it means?
No.
You get some kinky vibes from that phrase or something.
Yeah, I think of. I mean,
I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either. I wonder if it means.
Pick some good ones. There's only been 1 point for each of you.
Yeah. Does it mean like you're telling someone like to
Shut up.
shut up? Yeah, just like to be quiet, like stop talking.
Nope.
Kind of thing.
It means disgusting.
Why with a spoon? Why not a fork?
I mean, a spoon is less likely to kill you, I think. I don't know.
Or why not just gag me?
I wasn't in the 80s. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's do an easy one. Word.
20.
Decade first. Well, yeah, you said 2010.
Oh, whoops. Yeah. So.
Was that what your guess is? I can tell you none of them are in the 2010s.
I'm gonna say the 90s.
Which decade, Haley?
Yeah. So I'll say 2000s.
Ghost got it right. It's 90s. It's a 90s slang term.
Word, like, yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Like.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I use that word every day.
Word. So Ghost gets another point. So she's beating you 3-1. Catch up,
Go,
bro. Okay, HiFi. I just love your guys' faces when I say these. Because you're like, huh.
It's like they cut off the end of high five.
I know, right? 70s?
I was going to say the 70s, too.
Both are 70s?
Yeah.
You're both wrong. It's the 50s.
Yeah. Okay.
Any guesses on what it means?
A high five.
Any guesses, Haley?
Um,
I'm just going to give you guys a hint. None of these you can rationalize. So, if you're trying to rationalize, like, HiFi, Fi is 5, you can't do it. Any guesses?
No idea.
Okay. It means it's a record player or turntable.
You
Yeah,
know
but
what?
I would have never gotten that.
I knew that.
Wait, really?
Did you?
I knew that.
You can't know it after I tell you the answer.
I know. No, I knew that, though.
Okay.
I did think, because, like,
Like,
I
I
thought
heard
of,
that
like,
before.
and, like, I thought of, like, the hi-fi, like, concert venue in Indy, and I thought, like,
There's a
I wonder
concert
if that
venue in
has-
Indy called HiFi?
Or
Yep.
are we telling people where we live?
They already know.
they do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people who watch us are from Indy anyway,
They're
so
your friends.
yeah, or family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, pump iron.
I'm gonna go with... like the 80s? 70s? 80s?
What's your final guess?
80s.
80s? What's your guess?
I'll say,
90s?
I'll do 60s?
You say 60s? You say 80s? You both are right on these opposite sides. It's 70s.
Oh, I said that too.
I was almost going to do that, but I did that last time, so.
What? I'm pretty sure you know what this definition is.
Pump iron, like lift weights.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
I'll give you both a
Left.
point because
That's not fair. I got it right.
I also said you know what it is, so I was going to give Haley a chance. So, okay, let's go with
You're kind, bro. Thanks.
You're
I appreciate it.
you're
I
welcome.
don't.
Let's go with Blockbuster.
Blockbuster? Like Blockbuster movie store?
Like films?
Like Blockbuster. I can't give you any more hints.
Okay.
There's more than one definition for Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. I'm gonna go 50s.
I'll do 40s.
Ghost got it right. It's 50s. Okay, so what do you think it means?
Like the movie was a hit. It busted the block.
I mean, okay.
Like a blockbuster hit movie. Like
I know what you're saying.
Like a top seller, right?
yeah.
I'll give it to you. It's huge success. That's what it means.
Wasn't that what I said?
In a roundabout way, yes. So you both get a point for that. Okay. So the score as of right now is
That was the 50s?
yes.
Wow.
Ghost is winning 5-3.
You're not too far behind.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with. Oh, I can't believe I haven't done these yet. Hotsy Totsy.
20s.
Yeah, I'll say 20s also.
Both are right. You have any idea? Guess what it means?
Kind of like a, your cool stuff kind of thing.
Like you're a hotsy totsy. Hot to trot. What movie is that from?
I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Their
and
screen name is Hot to Trot.
I not important right
I'm gonna
now.
have to look that up.
Yes.
Yeah.
You both are wrong on your definitions. It means perfect.
Yeah, like you're hot.
No, you don't get that.
But we got the year right.
You got the year right. You did get the year right. Let's go with Dig It.
90s.
The 90s, yeah. I was gonna say
No.
80s.
No, you both are wrong.
60s.
70s.
50s.
It's 70s, but your guess totally doesn't count. 70s is the correct decade.
Okay.
Do you have... What do you think it means?
Like, it's cool. Like,
Yeah,
I
like-
dig that.
Like, I'm a fan of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I wrote.
Oh, okay.
It's
well,
like-
that's what it
Oh,
means.
It says like...
yeah, I know we were
it
both
says
right, so we both
understand
get a point.
something. Understand something. So... If you dig it, you understand it.
Like, cool. I dig it.
Sure. You both get a point, because I don't know what I wrote.
Okay.
Good for you guys.
Take that.
Yay. How about Girl Friday?
Girl Friday.
Girl Friday.
30s.
Woodies.
Ghost got it right. It's the 30s.
I'm good at this.
What
Killing it.
do you think it means, though?
Girl, it's Friday. It's Friday.
Friday.
If Rebecca Black was born in the 30s,
Oh my
that'd
gosh.
be weird. All nuts. Anyway, Haley, what's your definition? What do you think Girl Friday means?
That girl's a hoe. Can I say hoe on YouTube?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this like...
I don't.
PG?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Laker.
Man, is it kind of like, is it like a girl really?
Like a girl, please.
No, it is actually a secretary or female assistant.
What year was
Weird.
The 30s.
that? I got that right.
Yeah, you got the decade right. Not the definition. I'm just going to say, I just love how you guys are just using these in sentences, but you don't know what they actually mean. It's funny. It makes me laugh. Okay, let's do Big Brother is watching.
Oh, that's like a. Oh, is that the 60s?
Hey, I'll give you a hint. This is what the decade. Can you see that?
Let's see.
50s or 60s?
Uh,
Oh, excuse me.
See, 60s, I'll say.
You're saying 60s?
Yeah.
I know it's one of those two, and I know what it means. I just don't know for sure. I'm gonna go 50s.
It is the 50s.
Yes.
So,
it means like government is watching.
is that what you think? What do you
Yeah.
think? It-
Like the...
They're
Pretty
being
close.
IRS.
Authority figure is watching, is monitoring
Right.
you. So you
They're
both
being
get you both get a
watched.
point for that.
That was a big thing in the hippie dip days.
It was a big thing in the 50s with the McCarthyism.
The hippie
So,
dips. Hippie dippies.
all right,
Smoking their ganja.
Yeah.
all right. What about
Doing their cocaine.
Skivvies?
Skivvies.
Skivvies.
I know what it means.
Let's see. I'll
I
say it's...
I can use it in a sentence.
Well, let's get the decade
It's
first.
a pirate term.
The...
When were pirates big? The 70s?
You say 70s? Okay.
The... Let's see. I'll say...
Or the 20s?
That's a 50-year difference you have there. It's half a century.
I'll say 80s.
Are you just basing yours based on what she's saying? Because you both are wrong.
I have no idea. I've never heard of this, honestly. So I am...
So it's the 30s.
Ah!
And if I said strip down to your skivvies.
Mm-hmm. Like your underwear.
Gotcha.
Your undergarments.
Yeah. So,
I get a point.
yep, Ghost gets a point. I'll give Haley a point too.
Why? I no.
The-
No, you're
This game
not.
was rigged.
Well, Haley, you're losing, so I'm trying to help you out here.
Yeah, but I mean, also, like, don't feel sorry for me. This is a game.
Just
so I
earn
don't-
this.
Exactly.
Well, it's
I'm working hard over here. I earned it.
hard when you're, oh, this is the answer! And then you're,
Right, I mean, that's what you do in games. It's called being competitive. I mean, I don't
You're not.
want
She's
to
not
get-
giving you a chance to answer. Is what I'm saying.
Well, she's also playing, though. Like, we're both playing together.
I'm trying to give
so.
you guys a fair chance.
I
Okay,
You should have
we.
had a buzzer or something.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
We'll think this through
there's
next time.
All right, there's 2 left. So, this one's easy. You both should get 2 points on this. Groovy.
The 60s.
She says 60s. You say.
I'll go for... I feel like it's... Man, I'm torn, honestly. Either 60s or 90s.
They said it in the 90s too.
I mean, I say it now, so
Yeah.
that doesn't really mean much.
I'll say... Okay, I'll just go for 60s.
It's the 60s. Both get a point. Now,
And it means, like,
what's it mean?
sweet. Like,
Groovy.
Cool.
cool.
Groovy.
Yes. Okay. Last one. Mall. That is MOLL.
I've
40s.
never heard of it. 40s. Yep, I was going to say that. You beat me to it. But I don't know what it means.
You both
so...
are 40s. You both are wrong. It's the 20s. It means...
Like bad?
Well, so you think it means bad?
Yeah.
What do you think? You have any guesses? Just throw it out there. You're not going to win, so you might as well just give it a try.
Right.
Like something bad.
Like a...
Malt shake.
I know in Spanish, like, mall means bad.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Right.
You do realize this is English, right? Not Spanish.
I know, but... I'm, like, the worst at guessing games because I'm, like, indecisive to begin with.
Just pick something. What's the first thing you think of? Mall.
Shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Money.
Yeah, money, like, moolah, money, mall. I don't know.
Okay, well, you're both wrong.
Okay.
It is actually a female companion of a gangster. They're called malls.
Okay, then.
I bet I was a mole in my past life.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm pretty gangster, so.
What up?
What do you...
Okay,
Yo-yo.
so the final tally is... Ghost, you got 13.
Woo!
Haley, you got 9.
Whoa! We need applause sound effects here.
Don't have the money for that, but we'll just clap, be a good sport, clap your hands.
Woo!
Good job, Ghost. You won the game.
Thank you.
You killed it.
You killed it. Very proud of you.
Thanks for letting me play.
You're welcome.
Always
Anytime.
do.
Always.
You're part of the podcast team, so
Yeah, you should join us on more
you're
episodes.
the specter behind the
play
scenes.
games.
Okay.
I like games.
Everyone likes games,
I know. You must be like crazy if you don't.
except for Luke Bryan. He has a song, "All the games we play."
I get it. It was dumb.
I liked it, so that's all that matters.
Lame.
Okay, Haley. So to wrap up the episode, do you have any advice for the 20 viewers we have?
Well, hey friends. I would just say
You know she's serious because she said friends.
I am. So
You
that
all
means
of our
I
friends.
appreciate every single one of you, even though I don't know who's going to watch this. I automatically, like, the appreciation is automatic. So,
Yes.
bam.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Get some advice.
Yeah. Okay. So, I think one thing I've been just like really in life lately, I've really been like meeting I've really been learning what it looks like to like embrace your fears and like lean into light and not make choices despite your fears, but rather like push through because like you never know how that potential fear could turn into something that you didn't think would happen, or how like something that you never thought that you could do or like get through. So I would just say, if you're ever in any situation or in any circumstances that are unknown and you're not really sure how or like which way to turn, just go with whatever choice feels best and treat yourself with the utmost like self-compassion, and that'll be a great guide towards the journey that you're on. Like I always say that we're on like that life is a journey, and that some seasons are great but others are just full of like learning and like unknowns, but that's where we see the most growth. So just like embrace every part of where you are, and you'll learn so much more than you ever thought possible. So
You totally missed an opportunity to the quote, "Life is a highway," by the way.
I know, which by the way, there is a Rascal Flatts concert coming up in June. We should go to it.
Maybe.
I just wanted to
We'll
throw
see.
that out there before I forgot.
We'll see. All right. Well, that was the Blindingly Awesome podcast. Until next time, I am Zach.
And I'm Haley.
We will talk to you next time. Later, taters.
Adios.